All right. So what I was saying, that we are using for today to complete the first module after the today's class. All right. So you have your first project. Okay. You have your first project. So your project will be communicated to you later. Right. So your first project will possibly commence. I think that will be by Monday. You guys will be meeting with your team members and you will focus. That is on Monday. You look at we'll review we'll look at your project, right? Your project, you see all the project uh, review, all right, talking about some of the videos that we're going to be made available for you guys. So all you are coming on Monday to do is to look at the project and see how you can achieve that within your team members. And after that, after the Monday, then next Saturday, we are moving to another module. All right. Next Saturday is the project review and the question and answer section. That's next Saturday. Project review and the question and answer, because I know most of you will have questions and then most of you will have difficulties trying to do the project. So by that time, we will look at review of your project, right? And then possibly answer your questions and answers. So how the question and answer will go, we will communicate that on Monday, right? We'll communicate that on Monday. So today we are majorly diving into AWS Cloud. All right. So please, I will want you to do me a favor, right? All of you, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to do me a favor, right? You can see me, right? If you confirm you can see me, can see me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Good. I know that you guys are obedient people, and then uh matured people as well. And I wouldn't like people to dent my screen if I start writing. Please put your hands off from your phone. Okay? Secondly, I want you to look around you. Look around you right now. Just look around you. Yes, look around you and check if there's any distraction around you. Is there anybody that is going to distract you of this class? Just put them aside. Okay? Those are your enemies for now. Anything that is going to rob you your time is your enemy, right? Look around you and remove those things. And some persons that have phones, 3 phones, 4 phones, my dear, you have more distraction than ever. So put those things to silent and remove them. Understand? Because messages, WhatsApp, and all those things, put them aside so that you will not make yourself an scapegoat. At the end of the class, you say, hey, I didn't even understand. Hey, this concept has skipped off my mind. Hey, Engineer Smart, I did not understand what you just said. Please, can you repeat? Please, I don't have repeater. All right. So make sure you follow this stuff right now. Remove every single distraction from you and pay good attention to this class. And I don't like people joining my class with phones, right? It looks as if you are not serious. I don't like that. So I like people to join my class with their laptops, because if there are things you want to see, you will see them very bold. Very bold, because the cloud is kind of the dashboard of the cloud is kind of very big and tiny, right? So you will need to see it bold, all right? So if I share my screen and then be walking you through the cloud and you're using your phone, it is very tiny. It looks as if you're just playing around. No, all right? So please, I would like you to do all those things, right? And at the end of the day, right, you guys will have a good learning experience today. All right, my name is Chukwunoso Smart. I will be the one to take you on to today's section and the next section as well before Engineer Ma will come over, right? So please, I want you to give me that maximum attention. So now we are going to be looking at some major topics. So let me be able to share my screen so we can literally see what we're going to be looking at now. All right. All right. Okay. All right. So please do confirm you can see my screen. Can we see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Yes, we
All
can.
right. Okay. So this class has just officially started, and then after an hour, we'll be going out for our 10 minutes break. After 10 minutes break, we'll come back and continue, right? Please, during the 10 minutes break, you are not allowed to go and not return, right? You are not allowed to go and not return. So some person will just go and not come back again, right? So that one now you do yourself, okay? So you are not permitted to go and not return. If possible, don't log out, right? Just stay, but mute your phone. By that time, you guys can be discussing, gisting, or thereabout, or chatting. But when once the 10 minutes elapses, everybody will put back and then continue the section. Please. I don't want distraction. People try to bully people on the comment section. But please turn off your comment section. That is gonna distract you. So you have maximum concentration. Okay? Please don't play with this section. Don't play with this section so that you will not end up being the number of people that will say, I've tried it, it did not work. Okay? Just follow suit. Follow suit and see how that works. All right. Okay, so today's section, we are going to be looking at some of these major topics. Number one, we're going to be looking at all right. So number one, we are going to be looking at major topics. Remember I said nobody should dent my screen, right? So we're going to be looking at these topics, right? One, we're going to be looking at the introduction to AWS Cloud. We look at the AWS Cloud services and their offerings, right? We look at regions and the zones, all right? We just try to understand what those things means. We look at the AWS Edge Network. AWS Edge Network. We look at that. We will also look at the cloud module offerings, the cloud module offerings. This is more or less like an introduction to cloud computing, right? We look at the shared responsibility module, and then we look at the cost AWS uh, AWS Cloud cost and pricing. Because as a DevOps engineer or as a cloud engineer, you need to know how the cloud costs so that you can be able to position and design an architecture that will be less expensive, because what you are going out there to do in the company is to, in as much as you are trying to provide a solution, you are also trying to provide a solution that will not cost them much, right? That will not cost them much. Good. So that is that. So after that, we will look at other areas. We will look at the other aspect, like we are going to be creating AWS account. Yes, we're going to be creating AWS account. And then we will talk about roles, and then IAM user group and roles, right? We'll also look at the policy, IAM policies, IAM policies. We'll also look at the AWS organizational hierarchy, AWS organizational hierarchy, and then finally we'll look at the what AWS Identity Center. AWS Identity Center. So it's after this that you guys within your group, you have to go and review these things that have been studied, that have been worked on, right? You are using on Monday, you are using Monday, right? Monday, as you are doing that Monday to Friday, right, is you reviewing this thing and performing your what? Your carrying out your project, because your project will be around these stuffs that we are going to be talking about today. So pay attention so that you don't fall victim, all right, of making yourself an scapegoat, not participating in the project. So pay attention so you understand that how this project works, because all the answers of the project are all there in this section. So another thing I also want you to let you know is that this thing uh okay, so okay, yes, is that today's section I will just cover this area on this section from here to here, right? So and then I will bring up a video for you guys on this where I will stop here either from number 2 to number 5, right? A detailed video that is going to guide you guys on how to work on this. So during your project week, you will use that and then perform your project in detail, right? And please remind me, Chini, I will also want to show you guys how to do technical documentation, because you'll be documenting what you are doing, all right, in your project. I think that will come on Monday. Please remind me about that technical documentation. And then you guys will
Okay.
do that on Monday, all right? So how you start documenting, because definitely you need to document your project, and then your team lead will submit those people that participated in the project. A good number of people that participated in the project, you submit their names and screenshot of the meetings you guys had, the screenshot of the people in the meeting you put there, and then submit. That's what you add to the documentation. That when we come on Monday, we'll show you guys how to do that. All right, so let's just start with what cloud computing. I know Emma have done justice to this part, like introducing us to what cloud computing is all about, but I'm just going to be touching a little bit so that we can move deeper into other aspect of the today's section. So what is cloud computing generally? Cloud computing is the delivery of IT services, like delivery. I know most of you have heard about how to deliver things. You sell things online and you have dispatch riders that is going to help you to dispatch products to the customers and all that, right? And there are different types of services that you can sell online, or there are different types of services that you can sell while staying at home. There are different types of services you can render and make your money, right? So these people are not quite different for what you know already, right? That they are not quite different from what you know already. So what they do is that they offer some products like services, IT services. So in generally, what is this IT services in question? That's some people's question, right? What are these IT services in question? Because this is the keyword, IT services. When you talk about IT services, right? Because everything in this world, generally in the space of IT, generally, right? We talk about problem. When we have problem, we look at solution on how to solve the problem. The person that have worst problem is the person that can't find solution to his problem. That's more worse than death, you know. You have problems, serious problem. You don't have solution to the problem. And you're stuck in a point. You can't go forward, you can't go backward. You are stuck. I don't know how many persons have experienced that. That's what is full today. A lot of people with different problems, right? So who are the people that's going to be making the money? The people that will be making the money, cashing out, is the people who volunteer to solve the problem. Okay? So all you guys that are here, you guys are potential problem solvers, not potential problem creators, but rather potential what? Problem solvers. I want you to beat your chest and call yourself, I am a potential problem solver. Or you can type it on the comment section. Potential problem solver. Yes, you are a potential problem solver. You just believe it and you begin to see yourself because after today and after your first project, you will see that you're already a potential problem solver. You start making noise, right? You start making noise about those things. All right. Now you see that we have what? The IT services, right? We have the IT services. So what are these IT services? So the IT services are, right, things like how to create servers, right? How to make available servers. What is server used to do? We use servers to host websites, use servers to host database, use servers to run applications. Storage. What about storage? Oh, this is a bigger uh, problem solving solution, right? Because many people have laptop and they will pack their information inside the laptop. At some point, the criminals will come and rob them of their laptop and they will lose potential things, some valuable materials or valuable tax things, right? It's a very big problem. Some people will get to see that their system crash and their hard disk corrupted. Like I have my hard disk here. Let me show you guys external hard disk. I think you guys can see my screen like this. Can you see my screen? This is a hard disk. This is a hard disk. You can see my screen. This is a hard disk. This is a hard disk. This is a hard disk. Yes. Good. It's a hard disk. So this hard disk now was crash. When it crashes, what happens? Right? When it crashes, what happens? You lose all your data. Let's say you have like 200 gigabyte, 200 gigabyte, and the data inside this 200 gigabyte just spoiled. Maybe your wedding pictures, all your wedding pictures are there. Your birthday pictures are there. Your husband's lovely moments are there. Your first dates are all there. When you are still young, your pictures are there. But now you are so fat. If you look at yourself, you get angry. But then when you now go back and see that picture, you get happy. Maybe you like your wife and all that. Your wife is giving you trouble, but you go to see her picture and you feel happy of all those things. But now, if you can't lose all those things, what is happening now? What is happening when you lose all those things? That you need all those pictures, you can't be able to get them again. It's a very big problem, bro. It's a very big problem, right? So they understand that they are going to be having emotional problem, emotional trauma, emotional trauma of losing all those things. Okay, so they make a place. They have a create what a storage solution, so that you can upload all those pictures from your phone to the cloud, or from your laptop to the cloud, or from your camera, because digital cameras today, beautiful digital cameras are available. Please give me just like a sec, please, a sec. Thank you. I'll just join you. Just a sec. Let me pick something. All right, I'm back. So, can you hear me? Confirm you can hear me, please.
Yes, we can.
Yes,
All right.
we can.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. So now um we have this that so now another one is database, right? You can see we have database there. You have database here, right? So major problem is that databases keep crashing within the on-prem environment. There's no resiliency. There's no high availability solution. There's a lot of challenges generally. So now we are now looking at how do we these people now provide a database solution for us, right? A database solution that is going to help us to do what? To have database in the cloud. Okay. Another one again is networking. Network is another solution again they make provide for us. They provide network solution. They also provide software solution whereby you can come around and use on cloud softwares instead of installing some softwares in your laptop. I remember back then in the days we need to buy CD. Any software that you want to install, you have to buy the CD, right? You slot it into your computer with your external hard disk, because some computers that back then have hard disk, right? Where you have to slot this thing and load the CD and install the application. So anytime you want to go out application, you got to go to Computer Village and buy the CD. Those days have passed. Those days don't pass. This time, the softwares, majority of the softwares are in the cloud, right? So all you need to know is just you have access to internet. Instead of running the application inside your system to weigh your system down, you do what? You connect to the cloud and then use the cloud. Just go there, create accounts, and start using the application. That's it. Okay. So that is by the way. And then we are looking at this. Okay, so what are some of the benefits of cloud? One of the benefits of cloud is what called scalability, right? Scalability is one of the major cloud services. Scalability, I mean, we might have already talked about this last week. I just have to just rush it a little bit, right? Scalability, the ability to scale up and scale down, scale up and scale down, right? We have what? Horizontal scale up and vertical scaling. We have horizontal scaling and we have what? Vertical scaling. Vertical scaling is increasing the size. Let's say you have 2 gig memory or 2 gig CPU, 2 core. You want to increase it up to what? Let's say 8 gig, 8 gig, and what? And there 4 core. This is what we call vertical scaling. Horizontal scaling is that you have the virtual machine, maybe 2 gig of RAM and then 2 core, and then you want to scale it. You have to scale it up by providing more 3, more 2, or more 3. That is a replica, doubling it, right? But before it is only 1, but now it is what? It is 3. That is what we call what? Horizontal. This is horizontal, while this is vertical. Vertical. All of them are this thing, but this is just for you to maintain what? Maintain the application running, maintain resiliency, and then during the high peak. All right. So the next one is cost efficiency, right? Like you pay only for what you use in the cloud. You pay for what you use. I think you might have thought about capital expenditure and operational expenditure last section that we get to understand how those things work. Speed, rapid deployment of resources, because it takes companies years, months to develop an application and make it publicly available, right? But for cloud, you can build an application immediately and boom, you deploy it to the cloud and make it available for everybody to use, right? So nobody wasting time anymore for those things. It can just be just a twinkle of eyes, the application is up. Security, wow, it is this one of the major features that help us to maintain protect our application in the cloud generally, right? So you can monitor, you can encrypt, and you can also adapt to some compliances like GDPR compliance, PCI DSS compliance, HIPAA compliance, and a lot of them. Right? So now we have what? Global reach. Global reach. That is another powerful, another sweet thing I can talk about in the cloud because you are everywhere. Like you are everywhere. Global reach. Global reach. Global reach in the sense that, let's say you have a company, right? The company they deploy application in United States of America, US, right? US. And you guys are in Nigeria. You want to stream the application in the US. Can you see? I don't know if I might have talked us about submarine, submarine cable. I will talk about that later and show you how the whole world connects together, how this whole world connect together, making the world a global village. Making the world a global village. Yes. So you can see somebody in America can easily connect and access application deploy in Kafanchan. You see, and everything works so seamlessly as if it's in your next door. Right? As if it's in your next door. All right. So that is by the way. Then that's some of the benefits of cloud computing. So we are going to look at some of the key introduction to AWS generally, introduction to AWS. All right. So when we talk about AWS, right, what AWS stands for? AWS, AWS stands for what? Amazon, Amazon Web Services, right? Amazon Web Service, Amazon Web Services, right? So they are the world's most comprehensive and wide adopted cloud computing platform. Like they are like the pioneer of cloud computing. They're pioneers in cloud. They started it, and why other people started joining. They started it while other people. So provide on demand. They provide on demand access to cloud computing, storage, database, machine learning, and more services. How did they start? They started by having within their environment, they had a store. Inside the store, they install rack, and buy servers. They buy servers. You know, before Amazon was, these things they are saying, like, people, it's just for you to think. Use your brain. When you look around, you see problems. You now begin to ask God to help you to find solution to solve problem. You know, people are just saying, I want to go and get money overnight. Money lies in problem. Money lies in ideas. So if you're able to see a problem, it's a potential money, please. Oh, it's a potential money. If you're able to see problem, whenever you go, from now onwards, go and be searching problem. Be looking around problem. Look at problem and see how you can contribute to solve those problems. Then you monetize that problem solution. You monetize it and you make money. Okay? So now what Amazon saw was there is a problem in that era. So then he was doing what? Online delivery. That's what this guy is doing. He sell things. Have a store. He have a store on his local system, right? Where he can people that are selling, that are producing things. They'll bring different products. They bring different products. He will stay in the middle and get clients. He will sell those things to the client and make his own profits. So he was like a middleman. That's Amazon for you, right? Getting the product from the manufacturers, helping to retail it and sell it. So that is how the idea came in. So as the thing is growing, you see that we have Amazon websites today where you can shop things online. That's how the thing started. So when this thing have grown, he now say, wow, can't I add, now that I'm doing delivery, like products, product, I'm a retailer like this. Can I make it global? Can I build a website where people can be logging in instead of coming to be disturbing my peace because I cannot meet up right now? Let me build a website where I can be selling things online, right? Then he now built a website like e-commerce website where people can log in and buy the products, and then they will not deliver them. They'll place their order on the website, he will not deliver them. That's how the state started. After which he now say, oh, can't I add other product that is like digital products, like IT products? So how did he sell it? So let him build a data center. Let him build what? A warehouse. He built a warehouse, right? The warehouse, he stock the warehouse. This time is not goods. It's not goods and services. But this time now he stores what? Computers. He stored computers. He bought hardware, computers. And he now started renting it for people. He rented this space for people. I say, from now onwards, I am launching a place. So if you guys want to host a application, host your website, host your database, store your pictures, your videos, your your digital assets, please see the link, store it. He will direct them. They will buy a space. They will just rent a space. Maybe you can rent a space for 1 year. He will task you. This is the price. This is how he started. So people started renting space here. Started renting space. When he finished, this space have finished, maybe customer have used this site, he will buy another server rack again and start stocking with the servers. Okay, many people, I know that you guys will be confused about what is rack, what is rack. Okay, I know by now you guys have already understand what is data center. All right, I understand. I can feel your pain. Look at this. Rack. One is a data center is like a warehouse. I know many of you have known what a warehouse is all about, right? Have you guys known that? A warehouse. Yes, by now you know what a warehouse is all about. Warehouse is where we can store food, store uh, uh, goods and services. You store packed goods, right? You store it there for maybe you want to resell it wholesale, or producers are producing products and they're storing it in their warehouse. That's how data center look like. Okay. But this time we don't store like products, perishable products. We store, yes, it's a product, but it's not perishable. They are not perishable. So that's what data center is all about. So data center is like a warehouse, right? So this is a data center, a picture of a data center, right? It's a picture of a data center. You can see. So this is a picture of a data center. So a data center is a place where a building specifically designed to house computers. This is the landmarks of a typical data center. You can see. Can we all see? Can we
Yes,
see?
we can.
Good. Good. And if you check here, you can see there are racks. Look at them. Okay. So this is a typical example of a data center. You see? So you can see big lorries. These are big lorries that are going up and down. So this is the example of, but let us go inside the data center. Okay. Inside the data center. When you go inside the data center, you will see something like this. Engineers like me and you who understand how to manage computers. I think I have to give you one of the pictures of where I was in a data center, in one of the data centers in Lagos. All right. These people, they called me to build a cloud for them. So I got to help them build a cloud, right? Build cloud for them. One company in South Africa that had their branch office in Lagos. So they contacted me to build cloud for them. So I got to charge them and come and solve their problem. So this is how it looked like, right? I think I need to load my system a little bit, all right, to bring out that picture. So you just get to see it. All right. So this is a typical example of a data center. Let me load it. A typical example of a data center where you can literally come and see. All right. Yes, it's getting upgrade. Yes, just a sec, please. So you just get to feel, have the feel, all right, how data center look like. All right. So you see that picture now. So you can see this picture. This is me in a data center, right? You can see how data center is look like. Can we see me? Can we see that picture?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
So you can see this rack. This is a rack, right? And you can see me working on the rack. So the rack is something like this from up to down. From this up to down, the whole of this. And if you check, we have a lot of racks. We have a lot of them. Let me open this one. So we have a lot of racks, right? So each rack are stacked with computers. These are big computers, right? We call it servers. Each rack. So what you come to do, the data centers managers, they will create something like a rack. This rack like standing like a big refrigerator, but they are not fridge, right? They are racks, right? So those racks, if you just come around, you can open it and then start stacking computers in there. And then if you stack computers, you can start working on those computers. You log into these computers and start building clouds. Or start using it for something. So that's how they started, AWS started to rent those things for customers. Okay, so that's how data center look like. So you can see engineers working on data centers. All right. Working, all right, working on data centers. So working on data centers, so we can see them and then you can see what they do on daily basis. So those that understand networking maybe are there to troubleshoot one issue or thereabout. All right. So that's by the way. So AWS, they have a massive data centers across, and they started retailing what services. Just come and host, come and host. Before they know it, they start increasing their product, increasing different products, and then begin to sell different services, and people are comfortable. And they now make it on demand. They make it on demand. What is on demand? On demand in this case means that you don't need, like, when you submit quote, you wait like 10 days before it's make available. Say, okay, please submit your, what do you need? Submit your request. Wait for 2 weeks for it to be available. Nothing like that. Immediately, it's on demand. On demand that immediately you need it is going to be available instantly. Immediately. There's no delay. That's what we call what? On demand. Are we there? Are we there? On what? On demand. Are we good? On demand.
Yes, sir.
On demand means that you need it what? Sharp is available sharp. No delay. On demand. So on demand access to what? Computing power, storage, database, machine learning, and more services. And what are the type of pay? They pay as you go pricing. Pay as you go pricing is that when you create instance, provided you are using it already, immediately you are using it, you start paying. You start paying as you use. Every 1 hour, they will bill you. Every 1 hour, they bill you. Every 1 hour, they will bill you. Every 1 hour, they bill you. So you check how many hours have the system you created started running? How many hours have you been in operation? When they see how many hours, maybe they will charge you based on how many hours you have used the system. If you just created the service and it have gotten to 50 minutes and you destroy it, you will pay nothing. But if it reach an hour, you will pay for that hour you have used. Are we following? Are we following? You pay for that hour you have used. That's what we call on demand. Pay as you go. Pay as you go. But the payment should be what? All right. By hourly. Hourly. Immediately is hour, they will drop what you have used, the price of what you have used. So within a week, you can go and check your price and see how it is. So when you go to that part, you look at it. Then now we see different type AWS services and their categories. These are different services that AWS offers. One, they offer, right, compute services. They offer what? Compute services. Some of the products for their compute services is their what? EC2 instance. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic Compute Cloud. Compute Cloud. That is E2C. 2C. E and what? 2C. But they say no need of E2C. E2C, they will change it to EC2, right? So it's like double C, ECC. The short form for ECC is what? EC2, all right? EC2, that is Elastic Compute Cloud, right? So that is what they call EC2. They will have Lambda. Lambda is for serverless computer. Serverless computer. They have ECR, Elastic Container Service. ECR, Elastic Container Service. So this is described used for what? Running applications and workload. You want to host a website, want to host the application, you will use these services to host the application. Okay? They also have other services like the storage. The storage, you have the S3 bucket. S3 bucket. S3, they have EBS, they have a Glacier. This is used to store and retrieve data reliably and at scale. You can use this to store that picture you want to store, that video you want to store that you don't want to lose. Even though your system crashes, you still go there and get them back. That files in the office you want to store so that you want to back them up in case anything comes like earthquake, like something like fire, wing fire, or flood comes to your office, you still have those stored. Even if it damages the physical, you can still have access to it because you back them up, right? So S3 buckets is used to back up. For database, we have the RDS. RDS stands for Relational Database Services. DynamoDB is like a NoSQL database, and ArrowDB. This is for managing MySQL, SQL services, and NoSQL databases. We are going to be using it in our project as time goes, right? What about networking? Yes, they made available, like I told you, that they provided network services as well, right? Some of those network services are the VPC, CloudFormation, R53, just for connecting and delivering of what? Content securely. You can see today we have TikTok, you have Facebook, you have Instagram. All those applications you see, people are streaming online, enjoying themselves and making money. They don't know where the application lies. They don't know where it is. It is where? In the cloud. Are you there? It is where? In the cloud. Security, that's they provide it. Machine learning, they provide it as well. Okay? That is about the AWS, introduction to AWS. Now let us look at what global infrastructure of AWS. Global infrastructure. Global infrastructure. Sorry, guys. Let me be watching to know. All right. Global infrastructure. So what is global infrastructure? Global infrastructure refers to worldwide network of data center. Global infrastructure, just global. I know many people will hear this and they start fidgeting. Please don't fidget, all right? This is just a common word, you know. You know it. You know it, yes. You know it. Global. You know what global means? Global. You know what global means, right? And you know what infrastructure means. Infrastructure. So if you don't know what infrastructure is, you are staying inside one infrastructure right now. All right? Because you're not on that bridge or you're not in the sea, right? You're inside a house, right? So that building you are there is an infrastructure. Are we there? Are we there?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Thank you. So global infrastructure. So in AWS, that infrastructure refers to what? Data what?
Data
centers are their what? Infrastructure. What is global in this case? Global means that they are everywhere in the world. They are everywhere in the globe. They have data center all the places in the world. They are serving. Are they only serving US? Are they only serving US?
No.
No.
Are they only serving UK?
No.
No.
Are they only serving Ukraine?
No.
No.
They are serving who?
Worldwide.
The worldwide. That is actually what we talk about. So whenever you hear about global infrastructure, no, they are talking about what? How data centers of AWS are connected generally. So in global infrastructure refers to the worldwide network of what? Data centers, networking capabilities, edge locations that AWS uses to deliver cloud services. Because if you have beautiful products, your products can look so beautiful and so appetizing or so attractive, but you don't know how to deliver it to your customers. Your name have turned to sorry. If you have beautiful products, so that's one of the things that so many people are complaining in one certain countries, that they don't have good roads, even though they have good products, but they don't have good roads. But my dear, my sister, how do you go to your farm and then move the products to the market if you don't have good roads from your farm to the market? Can you see that is a big problem? Are we there? Is it not a big problem?
Yes, it is.
It's a big problem. Even though you have 1 ton of cassava, 20 tons of maize, and you don't know how to communicate it. So if you are trying to bring lorry to come to the farm, the lorry will be charging you, something is supposed to charge you 10,000 to take. He's now asking you 10 million naira. And he has calculated how much am I going to sell to these 20 tons or 2 tons of maize. Maybe at the end of the day, you now sell it up to 15 or 15 million naira. Now you're only spending 10 million naira for market and other expenses you are going to buy. You still need to buy and then build another one. At the end of the day, you see that you're not making profits because of road. Can you see that road is very, very important when it comes to what? Delivering of what? Products. Are we there? It's not just going to. These are the major things you need to consider. Are we following? So we are going to look at what some of the components that makes up this global. One of them is what? Region. Can we say AWS region? Region. So what is region specifically in AWS? So region stand for what? Is a geographical area. Geographical area like a country. A country like US is a region, or maybe some part of US can be termed to be a region, right? So we have United US what? East, Europe Central, Asia Pacific. These are examples of what? A region, right? Then we have that each region, there's something called what? Availability zones. We are still going to look at them. Okay? So example of region, you can see US East 1. We call it North Virginia. You have EU West 1, Island, right? We have AP Southeast, Singapore. So these are different regions, right? So what is the purpose of this region? The purpose of the region is what? Data sovereignty. What is data sovereignty? To have control on your data. How many of us have heard about GDPR? GDPR, right? So it is like a compliance, right? That is need to, it's like a framework you need to comply. So for data protection, meaning that, let's say the last time that I worked with a particular company on application deployment. So the application is a fintech application. We want to make the application, we want to get license from the CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria. They say that before we can be able to deliver and make it public, deliver it so people start using it, we must make sure that the data reside in what? In Nigeria. So if the data is not in Nigeria, they will not approve us to, they will not give license to us. So that's the data must reside in Nigeria. Why? For data sovereignty. Are we there? Data sovereignty. Some of you may be having some companies reaching out to you. Sometimes they will ask you to, like, you want to apply for US job. They will say, some of them will say, oh, okay, you need to perform some things. You need to come to US. They need to make you provide visa for you so you can apply and come over to United States for some major roles like data science, DevOps, DevSecOps, cybersecurity, and all those things. Why can't you stay in Nigeria and do most of those jobs? Why some companies say, no, we don't want you to stay in your home country is because the data will travel and come to your country. So that's data sovereignty is against the United States policy because of the GDPR. That's what we call compliance, right? You need to compliance to standard. It's not because of the company, but rather because of the country where the company is residing. Another one is what? Fault tolerance. Fault tolerance for region. Why do we have multiple regions? Fault tolerance. We have region 1, region 2, and region 3. If you deploy your application in region 1, and what happened in region 1, let's say something happened, that region 1 is out of service. Is your customer still going to reach your application? Are your customer going to still reach your application? Can they still reach your application?
Yes.
Okay. They can reach your application even if the place where you hosted the application have crashed?
Yes, because it's going to move to the second one.
Redundancy.
They'll move it to the second one?
Automatically, yeah.
Okay. They are not going to do it automatically, oh?
Okay.
They will not do it automatically. You are the one to, when you deploy, you also deploy to another region in case of what? In case of failure. So when this one crashes, this one will be running. That's what we call what? This high availability, fault tolerance, right? So they are not the one to handle it for you when it comes to this thing. So you need to make sure, because when you activate that fault tolerance, some of the services you will be paying for it. There are ones they will do internally, but there are ones you particularly we need to take control of. Do you understand me? So, but they have to make provision for this system. They have to make provision. Now, it's not left for you to say, I want to deploy in a single location. Is your own own cup of tea. Because if that solution is not available, you will not blame them, because they also make available another location where you can deploy to, but you'll be paying for them, more or less like a license, insurance. You'll be paying for this one and also be paying for this one. Okay. So why you pay for this one is in case if this one crashes, you will not cry, but rather you switch over to this one automatically. But if you did not want that, you say, the cost is too much for me to host 2 applications in 2 regions, then you're not comfortable of deploying in 1 region. If this crashes, your customers are impatient. They are what? Your customers are what? Impatient. They will not understand you. Let me explain. You will try to let me explain. You will explain, and tire. No evidence. They will just leave you. Customer will leave you and go to another product sharply. That sharply, they no get time. Now then one lose. You have lose guard now, so they don't no go lose too. Okay? So that's why you design, as you're designing your architecture, you design it to support what? High availability. High availability and what? Fault tolerance. HAMFT. High availability and what? Fault tolerance. So another thing again is what? Is zones. We call availability zones. Availability zones is to make available the regions. All right. So inside a region, we have multiple availability zones. Okay. So we also have there edge locations. But before we go to edge location, let us look at the AWS regions and their respective availability zones. So if you come to your browser, you talk about AWS what? Global infrastructure. So it will give you something of this nature.
Excuse me, it looks like somebody sharing their screen.
No, sorry. I'm the one sharing the screen, okay? Right. So
Okay, I see your screen now.
Good. You will see that we have what? In this case, we have what? The global what? Infrastructure, right? That's the global AWS global infrastructure. Then here you will see that how many regions do you see that we have right now? AWS is launched where?
37
regions.
37
Each regions
regions.
with availability. So we have 37 what? Region across the globe. 37 what? Regions. And how many availability zones do we have?
117 availability
We
zones.
have 117 availability zones, right? So you can see this. Look at this. Look at this. This is what? North America. Can we see North America?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good. So if you come to North America, you will see that North America have this region, North American region, all right? And then inside North American region, if you open it, you see these are the Gov, because the AWS have Gov, that is Gov Cloud. Gov Cloud are the cloud they design for government officials, government official workloads. So the ones you use, the normal AWS you use is not the one that United States government uses, all right? They have a specific cloud. So if you are working for a United States company or United States government, you'll be working with this type of clouds. AWS Gov Cloud, AWS Gov Cloud, right? So you can see US Central, Canada Central, and all those things. So this is the globe. Are we there? We can see the globe. So this is how they are managed around the world, right? In African continent alone, we have only one region. Where is it located? Where is it located?
Cape Town.
Cape Town.
It's
South
quite
Africa.
unfortunate.
South Africa.
Yes, it's quite unfortunate that the whole places are blank. It's only South Africa that we have. Then we have other regions. If you see different other nations, you have other regions as well. So that is how AWS handles their infrastructure. So they have other things they call CloudFront, point of presence, regional edge cache, and they have local zones, wavelength zones, and ultra low latency applications. So these are about the zones. Okay, now we have seen about availability zones. Availability zones is in a region. In a region, they will have a particular region. Inside a region, they will have what? Availability zones. Availability zones are data center locations. The data center location, okay? They can have 3 data centers in a location in a region, or they have 2 data centers in a region, or they have 4, but they must have from 2 to what? To 6 data centers inside a region. Let's say they come to Nigeria. Nigeria now, they mark and say Nigeria is a region, okay? So if they say Nigeria is a region, right, they will look for, right, some major business hubs. So if they're saying Nigeria is a region, right, like let's pick now, we're picking Nigeria as a region. So let me ask you guys, what are the 3 hot business hubs in Nigeria? Number 1 is what?
Lagos.
Lagos. So they will go and build data center in Lagos. Okay. Why are they targeting major hot business hub? Why are they targeting it? Why are they targeting those areas?
Number.
Sorry? Why are they targeting those locations?
The number, like to get
That is where they will
population.
have the traffic or
Okay.
the
Return of
Nigeria should have the
investment.
traffic. So,
Thank you.
RPU.
RPU. Return of investment.
ROI.
ROI. Yes. So return of investment in businesses, because as businesses are growing, IT-related businesses, they need to go and build data center because they have potential customers in that location. Can they go to your village and build one data center?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Okay. So it's the villagers that will now start hosting people that don't even understand what AWS is all about, that will come and host application for you. They don't make such mistake. That's why you see in the whole Africa, it's only in South Africa they have one data center. Do you think that is because they hate Africa? Do you think?
No.
No.
No, because
I think
African mentality is what? African mentality is what?
A little backward.
they also consider power,
Japa.
availability.
Japa.
So we are jabbering and going to develop their own country, right? So IT will be flourishing there. Now, when we start coming back to Africa to develop our own, they will see interest to build the data center there. So that's it. All right, so that's it. Don't blame anybody. Don't blame yourself. Don't blame anybody. Just it's how we see it. Okay, so we have what called the edge network, edge location, right? Edge location. So edge location is about what? Content delivery network, right? These are content delivery network used by AWS, Amazon CloudFront. I will try to explain this very clear so you understand. Please pay very good attention, everybody. Please pay very good attention. I want to build this concept so you understand. Now, you have a website you hosted in one data center in United States. So the data center you're using is located in United States. You created a virtual machine. But have you ever think of you are in Nigeria, right? And the application is hosted in United States. How do this thing travel? That users will travel and then get the website and come back. We are going to come back to this. But before we come back, let us take one more thing. I want to talk about what submarine cable. Are we there? I want to talk about submarine cable. Submarine. So we need to look at how do we build, how do we communicate, how do fiber connections travel all through the world? How do we communicate round globe, right? So what helps us to achieve that is what? Fiber optics. How many of you have heard about fiber optics? Fiber connection.
Yeah, we have.
Yes, sir.
FOC.
Okay, some people that have not seen that will know this now. If I share this picture, you see some MTN people digging hole near your area, right? And doing something like this. How many persons have seen something like this before? You see some Aboki people using one big digger and be digging the ground, laying fiber and all those things. How many persons have heard about it? If I've seen it,
I have.
good,
Yes.
something like this. So this is what they are now extending your fiber to your location closer to you so that you can use internet, right? You can use internet. So, but this is the end point, like the ending. But we want to look at the word, how this fiber connects to the world, because people will say, how did our data travel? That you can literally see my voice, hear my voice as I speak. You can see my picture very clear as I move my hand and this thing, but you don't know how this thing travel. These are data traveling, right? How do they travel? Okay, that's how we get to see it from what? From submarine cable. Now, if you come to Africa, generally, you look at, right, the terminal. Let us look at Africa. When we come to Africa, our location is Nigeria, most of people in Nigeria. So after which, if you're not in Nigeria, go and check your own. Now, if you go straight to Nigeria, you'll see how many terminals do we have in Nigeria? How many terminals do we have in Nigeria? Fiber terminal. How many terminals do we have in Nigeria? How many terminals do we have in Nigeria, everyone?
I'm saying 2. I don't know.
We have 2. Can't you see the map of Nigeria?
Yes, I'm
2.
saying
2.
Now, let us zoom it closer. Let's zoom it closer. Okay. Let's zoom it closer. Okay. So here now, we have this one. The first one, which is this one, if you open it, we'll try to check which company is this. Which company is this?
Africa coast to Europe.
African
Europe.
coast to Europe.
AT.
So this is a fiber connection that takes you to Europe. Then what about this one?
Low.
Glow 1.
This is Glow 1. What about this one?
SXC3.
Okay, that's it. What about this one?
Main 1.
This is main 1 cable, right? Main 1 cable. What about this one?
West Africa cable system.
West African cable system. What about this one?
Equiano.
Good. And this one, Africa to Africa.
To
And
Africa.
finally, this Nigerian Cameroon submarine cable system. Thank you. So now let us look at main 1. Let's click on main 1. If you click on main 1, You see how Men 1 have been highlighted. So Men 1 moved from Nigeria to where?
To
Portugal.
Can we see from Nigeria to where, everyone?
Portugal.
Portugal.
To Portugal. So he traveled. That is how you have a friend in Portugal. It doesn't mean that he stopped at Portugal. From Portugal, he switched over to other lane, other multiple lane, right? And keep going. That's how they push it. You understand? So if you check Glow, let's look at Glow. So this is like the highway of data travel. Highway data travel. As data travel through the whole sea, through land and sea, is travel through, let's see, this is Glow. So when you click on Glow, where did the Glow go? Glow moved from Nigeria to where? From Lagos to where?
UK.
Ireland.
From to UK, United Kingdom.
UK.
So anybody you see that you chat with, that you say, I'm located in UK, what are you targeting? Where are you? Where's your route? Your route is what?
Glow 1.
Glow. Glow 1 helps to switch fast to UK. Okay? So if you come again, you can just pay some time here and then be clicking this thing to monitor how this data move, how they move. If you click on this one, you see how these ones are connected. From South Africa to Nigeria to Angola, from Angola to Gabon, from Gabon to Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire. This one is what again? Senegal, Spain, and Portugal, right? So this is how it's being connected around globe. Okay, so you see there are some countries that have more fiber link than the one we have in Nigeria. So if you go and check cable laying, submarine cable laying, and see how people lay, how they lay this cable, they lay it down the sea, in the ocean, with big ships. Okay, so you see how these cables are being laid around the world, right? They lay it down the seashore. Okay, down the sea. They lay it down the sea. And this is how the fiber pipe look like. Inside it are strings of fibers. You know, fiber size, one string of fiber is like a hair, right? A hair string. That's how fiber look like. So because inside this tube, there are bundle of fibers from different countries, from different homes, from different companies, moving to different locations. Do we get it now? So that is what I just want you to understand before we talk about the edge location. So on the edge locations, please, Chini, mark my time. Just monitor my time, okay? From the edge location, we have what we call CDN. What is edge location, literally? We have AWS data center here. Data center. You hosted an application here, but you have your customers in Nigeria. Let's assume in Nigeria. So how do your customer stream this application? Now, when your customer try to stream this application, going through the fiber to reach this website, and the server will respond back to the person requesting the web page. It will take some time. It will lag. We have what called latency. All right? Latency is the time it takes for what? To deliver web content from a particular location from a source to destination. Right? The time it takes. If the time is shorter, it's call it what? Low latency. So just term this latency as late. In your mind, look at this as late. When somebody is highly late, you have high late. Supposed to be in school by 8:30. 8:30. Yeah? You get to school by 8:35. Are you late? Are you late?
Yeah, very
Yes.
late.
Yes.
But what about if you reach by 9:25?
Highly
Which
late.
one have high late and which one have low late?
9:25. Highly late.
25 high.
This is high late. High late. Why this one is what? Low late. But all of them are late.
Late.
So latency is what? That's latency is that time it takes from the destination to what? From the source to destination, right? But if the latency is low, we call it, if the latency is small, the lateness is small, we call it low latency. But if the latency is, the late is very high, we call it what? High latency. I think that explains it now, right?
Yes.
So this will be like
instructor, I'll be committing my Adam.
who is this?
What's that?
Can you stop that?
Please,
Who is this?
Chini, please, can you control this? Thank you.
All right, I'll do this.
All right. So we have low latency and high latency. Now, there is something we call, when you try to sim the application, the AWS know that there's more be latency, okay? There's going to be latency. And remember that AWS also understand that people are what? Impatient. People are what? Impatient. Please don't explain. Nobody will understand you. The high time you understand that nobody will understand your excuse, you stop to give excuses. Okay? Excuses piss people off. Excuses shows immaturity. Excuse show immaturity. Every time you come up with different excuses. Every time you come up with different excuses. So AWS don't want to give excuse that people will not leave them and look for another solution. They understand that more be latency. They need to find a solution to solve this problem. Even though they have wonderful products, they have already created a means of delivering the product to customers, but they still want to solve latency problem. Let's say they hosted application here that is doing eyes problem. Somebody is lying here in a hospital, and the machine that is operating that person's eye, the application is connected and hosted in US. Don't you know that this latency can make this machine to malfunction and damage this person's eye? Is that not true? Are we there?
Yes,
Yes, we are.
Yes.
It can damage this person's eye because of this latency. Yes.
Yes.
It can damage. What of self-driving car? Self-driving car. That the internet is used to control the car. The latency can make a car that is coming thinking that they have calculated that I'm going to reach, another car is coming here, and this one is coming here. Latency can make them to have accident because they will miscalculation. Is that not true? And they will jam. Are we there?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So latency is a very big problem. Is that you need to think it in the side of the end users. Don't always think in the side of technical. Always thinking technical. Also think of the users who are going to be using the product. You need to be in their shoes so that you can be able to serve them well. So AWS see that if we leave this latency, it's going to be a very big problem for us. Then they're going to find what called the edge location. Edge location is what called content delivering location. Content. So instead, you have the application hosted here, but they need to work. There is some, before we now move into that, you know, there's something called cache. How many of us have heard about cache?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cache. Now, for those that have not heard about cache, cache means is that when you open a browser, how many of you have opened a browser before, and you type www.nigeriangovernment.com, and the website will open. Then you close your laptop, close everything, come again, and then type www. As you're typing www.9g, it will bring out that thing, the one you click last, right?
Yes.
You click it, it will not complete. Immediately it's completing, immediately the website will open. Immediately. It will not even take 2 seconds or 1 second. If it just 2 minutes, 2 megaseconds, it just open. What is that? Is cache.
Cache.
Your system has what? Cache. Your browser has what? The cache. Are we there? So after explaining this, we can go for break. Then we'll come back and continue. Are we good?
Yes.
So then we see cache. When you go to your browser, you will see where we have what? History. If you click on history, you will see, let's open the history part. You see that we have what? Okay, let me come here. Right, we go to, where can I even see this? Maybe say, yes. Let's say I want to delete history. I want to delete history, delete browsers history. When I try to delete now, you can see we have here. We have this cache. Can you see cache? Look at it here. Can you see? So what did it catch?
Yes.
It catch the images and what files? See, images and files. So the locations where I have visited are stored in the cache. So that understanding, they understand. So what they need to do is to build a caching system. Cache system is like a cache location is called edge location. Are we there? Cache location is what? Edge what?
Its location.
Its location.
So whenever you hear edge location, just know that it's cache. So cache and edge are the same, okay? The same word, is the same thing, edge location. So what did the edge location do? So when they host a website here, okay, they will have a caching location that is closer to the data center is here, where you host the application, that is data center. But they will also have another data center. It looks like a data center, but not data center, okay? It's not a data center, but it's what called what? An edge location. So the edge location is closer to the customer. Okay? So the first time that somebody tries to visit website, if you visit the website here, the first time, the content will be delivered to the customer, not only delivering to the customers, but also store that delivered to this location. It stores it here. So the second time that the customer is trying to go again, the customer don't need to go again to that location. Do you understand? But rather, the customer will go through where? The edge location. Are we there? Do we understand now? The first time the person is trying to visit the website, he will don't worry, he need to suffer to go through that long process. But the second time he's trying to visit again, he don't need to visit again, right? Because it has been cached to the location of the customer. That's why sometimes they like to know your location. Okay? Whenever you try to visit an application, have you ever seen the application asking you turn your location on? Have you ever seen that?
Yes, we have.
Yes.
So some people think, if I turn my location, they will know where my location. Stop thinking that way. Leave that thing. They will look at my location. What are they doing your location? They used to hack you. I know, yes, hackers will also use to hack you, but they are trying to use it to know how to serve you well. To know how to do what? Serve you what? Very well. Because when you turn your location, they will know your nearest which catch system can they deploy that thing you tried, the application you are streaming, they'll put it so that you cannot have difficulty accessing that application again. Do we understand this concept now?
Yes.
So they have, you see that the other time we checked, AWS do not have data center in Nigeria. Is that not true? Do AWS have data center in Nigeria?
No,
No, they
No.
don't.
Oh, no.
but they
But
have
they
edge
have
location.
edge location. Edge data center AWS. So if you check AWS edge data center location, you will see Nigeria is in their list.
Lagos.
Lagos is in their list. Let's check edge AWS edge location, right? Edge locations. Let's get that edge locations. I think they will see, Nigeria as one of them. Okay, so when you see that, I think this is okay. Yes, I will not try to get the location. AWS edge location list. Let me see if I can get the list. Yes. Locations, or you need to know. Right. So you see Nigeria, you see other different countries. I'm not seeing this. This is not giving me what I need. You see other different countries, right? All the edge locations around the world, you will see them. But that is not the data center in question. It's not the data center in question, right? So, but this is just their location where they serve people better. They need you to serve people better. That's what called edge location. So they have like 700 plus edge location around the world, like scattered through the world. So that edge location help them to deliver services to people around the globe. Are we there? Do we get that now? I think I'm not getting their this thing. Maybe I can still search it and then share with you guys. So that is, by the way, about what AWS edge location. So they have hundreds of cities globally that catches and delivers to locations. They also have local zones, right? So local zones are extension of flare regions in a specific metro areas, okay? Bringing computers close. And they will also have what? Wavelength. That's the last I will explain here. They have what called wavelength. So the wavelength is like infrastructure embedded with 5G network, right? Infrastructure embedded with 5G network in a partnership with telecoms, right? Offer ultra latency. That is ultra latency for specific applications to mobile edge networks. So edge computing. So who is this Paul? Paul, please take care. Be careful, right? So this is all about the AWS edge location. So I want you also to, on your own, you still have to go and research about edge location, right? You still have to go and look at edge location. So when we come back from break, we will still touch some aspects of this. All right, we'll talk about the cloud model offerings. Okay, so let's have our 10 minutes break. 10 minutes break. Let's have a 10-minute break. All right, 10 minutes break. So it starts up. Touch. So Han, hear me, right? Perfect.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. So we are gonna do more 1 hour, 1 hour more section we'll have, and then the next 30 minutes will be for question and answer. Okay, so we have this we are talking about computer edge networking, edge location. Now we are looking at cloud offerings. All right, cloud offerings, cloud cloud module offerings. So, what's cloud offering? Cloud module offerings means is the way they package their services that they offer. Now, let's assume you are having different products, you have a business going, and you have different services you are rendering. You need to package it in a way, right? So that you can sell it as a module, as a bundle, right? As a bundle. So you now target price on those bundles so that people will really understand and follow you. Because if you don't do that way, people may not really understand how to relate your product and how to market your product or how to even use your product. So in cloud, there are different types of what cloud offerings, right? In AWS. So we can locate that cloud offerings at this particular link. So the cloud offerings, right, are being cloud model offerings are being categorized into 3 different types. And we call those offerings cloud service model. Okay? We call it what? Cloud service what? Cloud service models. So number 1, we have what we call infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service. I will use a simple house to illustrate what this service is all about. Now, you want to rent a house. You want to rent a house, and then you rented an apartment. When you rented an apartment, the apartment is not painted. No, it's an empty place. When you come there, you need to build it to your own taste, right? You build the house, design the room, clean the room, paint it, make it look the way you want it. You are building it to suit you, right? Because it is like empty. Nobody can live inside it. It's just like empty room, bare metal, empty room. So that time you rented it, it's empty. You need to design it, you need to build things inside it so you can make use of it, depending on what you want to use it for. If you want to use it for studio, recording, label, or thereabout, you need to design it that way. If you want to use it for TikToking or online streaming, you have to design it that way. If you want to use it for IT work, online working, online IT work, you need to design your room to be in that look. If you want to still use it for training, like training people and all those things, you need to design it that way. If you want to use it for tailoring and all that, you can design it to get that look. So it's based on what you want. You can see another person who still rent that same room and design it in his own room. You enter it and say, you're supposed not to put this thing this way, put it this way. No, allow the person, because that is how you want it that way. So that's what we call infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure, the cloud is giving you a bare metal server, like a virtual machine. A virtual machine is like an empty room. It's an empty machine, nothing inside it, no application inside it, nothing. So you have to install the application you need for the task you want to achieve. You want to install the necessary components and build the application and everything you need. So this is a bare metal. So that type of service, AWS call them what? Infrastructure as a service. And there are major products they can give you. AWS have what called AWS EC2 instance. Azure have their own, they call it Azure VM. They are all doing the same thing, like virtual machines, physical virtual machines, but there is nothing inside it. You need to log in and start another big work. Okay? So think of it, you just rented an infrastructure, servers, and storage. Think of it as a virtual data center, like a virtual data center that you have to enter and start deploying your applications and all that. right? But the developer will manage some things. What are the developers or the cloud providers? What are they handling? They are the one to manage the physical hardware. They are the one, their responsibility is to make sure that the physical server is running 24 hours. They will make sure that you will have access to it, is available globally. They will also make sure the server is also protected, physically protected. So only what you need to do is to log inside and configure whatever you want to configure. Another type of service is called platform as a service, PaaS, platform as a service. The platform as a service is where you can build, test, and deploy without managing any underlying infrastructure, unlike what we have in the infrastructure as a service. Are this platform as a service just using the same analogy that we are using earlier, which is like the room we talked about, the empty room. But this one is no more an empty room, but rather it is now what your B&B, right? You know, your Airbnb, service apartment. You can just enter inside. All you need to carry is your load, your laptop, your clothes, and you enter there. Refrigerator is already there. Gas cooker is already there. Bed is there. Bed cover, towel, clean cut towel, everything is there. All you just need is to log in there. Shower is there. You don't need to worry about water, drinking water, anything. Everything is there. So you just log there and go. So all you are doing here, you don't worry about the applications you need to install them. You don't need to worry about, you don't need to worry about the underlying configurations. You don't need to worry about some setups and all that because they are already taken care of. All you need to do is to just come and then deploy your application. Then everything is done. Okay? This is what we call platform as a service. So some tools that AWS has for this is what? Your Elastic Beam Stack. Elastic Beam Stack from AWS is one of the service that helps us to handle this thing. Another one is AWS Lambda. AWS Lambda. When you come to Azure, we have Azure Web App, we have Azure Function, we have Azure Logic App. So those are serverless solutions that we use for managing platform as a service. We also have AWS Lightsail, AWS Lightsail. Good. The last one is the last one is software as a service. Software as a service. Software as a service is a particular service where you don't need to even worry about going to the location. You don't need to worry about like the house we are talking about, right? We don't need to worry about, all you need to just stay in your place. They will come and drive you, get you into the place. Everything is made. You don't need to carry clothes. They say, come as you are. You don't need to carry your clothes. You don't need to just show there. They will pick you from the airport. They will give you food you like. They will give you the clothes you like to wear. If it is not available, they will take you to the shopping. You shop the clothes you want. Anyone you point, they bring it out. They will take care of you, everything. You want to sleep, they will sleep and put music for you. Everything is there for you. That is what we call software as a service. Because the cloud providers, they provided every damn thing for you. All you need to start to bring your data. Just bring your data and come. Right? They make everything very simple for you. This is what we call software as a service. You see these three types of services. There are some responsibilities attached to each of them. There are levels of responsibilities you have when you are working on infrastructure as a service. You have more responsibilities. Do we get me? Are we hearing me? What did I say you should have?
Yes.
You have. What did I
You
say you
have
have?
more responsibilities.
You have more responsibilities to cater. When you come to infrastructure as what? As a service, you have more responsibility. Because now you go secure your house. Now you go paint your house. Now you go do some things, the decorations. Now you go pay the person that is going to decorate the house. Now you go buy the chairs and the bed. Now you go do those things. So you must have more responsibility. You also need to secure it so that people don't come to your door. You also need to put that tiny thing so that you can be watching people that are knocking your door. You are going to do all those things. What of platform as a services? Platform as a services, you have lesser responsibility. You have lesser responsibility, all right? So the other responsibility, the cloud provider will handle it for you. You don't worry about the much of security because they are going to take care of the security. What about software as a service? Oh man, this one is like, you are like a baby. You are like an African queen. They are not carrying you like a baby, giving you anything you need. But you still need to be responsible for the data you bring.
Yeah.
Yeah? You need to be responsible for the data you bring. How your data goes. You need to be responsible for that. Who did you give permission to access your room? Because even though they are assessing you, my dear, why are you allowing this lady to come? They said, don't worry, it's my baby. Your baby will enter you and still steal your card and go, even your coat and go, and even kill you on top. You understand? So that's how it is. So the type of service we have here is your email, your Outlook, your Gmail. How many of you have, whenever you want to open email address, you now say, no, I need to install email. I need to install email before I can be able to register email. How many of you have ever think of that before? It is not possible. You see, emails are there. You just go and create it and you are going, right? So now let us look at shared responsibilities model. Shared responsibility model, first, before you talk about shared responsibility model, you must have already captured the cloud model offerings. Shared responsibility model is the framework in cloud computing that divides security and compliance responsibilities between the cloud providers and what? Cloud users, which is our customers. Guys, see share responsibility as a husband and a wife in a building, a husband and a wife in a relationship, a husband and a wife in a family. If you agree with me, husband and a wife, they have responsibilities to carry, right? Husbands have responsibilities that are closer to him. Wives have responsibilities that are very, very close to them. Right or true? Anybody that fails to do their own part, there will be leakage. There will be leakage in that area. Okay? So their responsibilities will keep on increasing when they keep lasting long in their relationship. When they first started, there's not much responsibilities. But when they start buying house, bearing children, the children start growing up, more responsibility to start coming out. And people start showing their attitude. That is when you now see maturity steps in. All right? So see the customer as the wife in this case, and see the cloud provider as the husband in this case. Then the cloud in general is that family. Are we following? Are we following me? Are we following?
Yes, we are.
Good. Good. The cloud provider said, guys, you need to do this, you need to do that. When we talk about, okay, let us go to the web and then open a particular stuff that we can look at, shared responsibility model. So AWS shared responsibility model, you can just see it here. You go there and then look at that. That is the responsibilities that every one of us have to take. So the cloud provider, they'll have understanding the shared responsibility model. AWS will take care of the solutions. The AWS will take care of what? Security of the cloud. The cloud in general, the security of the physical cloud, physical infrastructure of the cloud. AWS is going to take care of them. What are that responsibility? Let us expand this. AWS is responsible for protecting the infrastructure that runs all the services offered in AWS Cloud? Who is taking care of the data center physical environment? Who is doing that?
The cloud provider.
The cloud provider is taking care of that. Who is making sure that nobody break the fiber connection? Who is taking care of that? Who is taking care of that? AWS is taking care of that.
AWS.
This infrastructure is composed of hardwares, the softwares, networking, facilities that runs cloud services. They are the one taking care of it. What about the customers? The customers, which is you and I, as a DevOps engineer, choosing to deploy your company's infrastructure in AWS tomorrow, you are going to be the responsibility. Your responsibility is to protect the infrastructure that runs on the cloud, that runs of the cloud or the services offered in AWS Cloud. This infrastructure is composed of the hardware. Okay, sorry, I'm reading AWS. Sorry. So customers' responsibility will be determined by the cloud services that a customer selected. The services you selected, you need to read it and understand it and being able to do or protect it. For example, a service such as AWS Elastic Compute Service, which is EC2, right, is categorized as what? Infrastructure as a service. You need to protect it, right? You need to protect it. So what are platform as a service? You also need to protect it. Software as a service, you also need to protect it. Okay? So we also have inherited controls. Inherited controls are controls which a customer fully inherited from AWS. A control that customer inherited from AWS, like a physical and environmental control. All right? Physical and environmental control. There are some services that we will deliver that AWS will come to your own location. Are you hearing me? AWS will come to your own office and install it. Are you hearing me? So AWS will give you that control. Please protect this thing. No, they will give you that control to protect it.
CPE.
So these are the things you need to protect. Another one is that there are shared what? Shared controls. That you and AWS will share it together, right? Such as your patch management, your configuration management, and your awareness and training. AWS will provide the training material for you. But you are going to train yourself. If you have developers that is going to work with you, you also need to do what? Train them with the material that AWS have provided for you. Don't make yourself an scapegoat by leaving those trainings and you're blaming AWS. Blaming AWS for your misfortunes, for your mistakes, like some people do. You fail your exam, you blame somebody. You are poor, you blame somebody. You are sick, you blame somebody. You don't want to take any responsibility. That's the feature of immature fellow. So cloud will make you to be responsible. So if you are a type of person that don't like taking responsibility, please, this class is not for you. I'll tell you the truth. If you don't want to take responsibility, like somebody's telling you your mistake, you get angry. If somebody tell you, my dear, you made a mistake, you get offended. You don't want somebody to correct you. My dear, this class is not for you. Please. This class is an open-minded people. People that are open for correction. People that are open to adjust. People that are open to accept responsibilities. This is where you are, because when you have people's problem by your side, you don't want to take responsibility of those problems, they will not pay you. They won't pay you. Okay? They won't pay you. They have problems. They don't want to take responsibility of those problems. They're looking for a person they will hang that responsibility to. Then when you come to take the responsibility, they will not pay you, and you now turn your back and push the responsibility back to somebody else. Who are you? You are now a criminal now. Is that not true? You are a criminal. Yes. You manipulated somebody to give you responsibilities and pay you. And later you now turn back and take that responsibility and give somebody else. Please don't be that type of people. There are people that when they learn all those things, they will collect contracts. They will speak all the saliva in their mouths, convince company to give them the contract. They will promise heaven and earth like politicians. They will give them the contract and they will look for amateur and give that contract to. That amateur will go and spoil everything. Now your reputation you have spoiled because that company will not pay. They will not even need you again. They will not even recommend you for other people. I have worked for a company. After working for them, they will recommend me for another company. And that company will call me again. And that company will now recommend me. So in this life, I see me like this. As you see me like this, my life has been under recommendation. And that's how you're supposed to be. You understand? Because the Bible said, let your light so shine. All right? That people will find you and come wherever you, even if you hide under bed, they will locate you. You understand me? So that's how you build yourself. Don't rely on people for them to then depend on people. Depend on yourself and make yourself good. All right? By starting to take responsibility. I hate people when they don't take responsibility. I'll tell you the truth. All right. So that is by the way. Now let us go to the shared responsibility. I've talked about the shared responsibility. Later, you have to do justice to that shared responsibility as well. Then we now come to the part where we talk about costs, the cloud costs. All right, cloud costs. What is AWS cloud cost and pricing? AWS cloud and cost and pricing is the offer pay-as-you-go model, like I said before. The pay-as-you-go model, which means you can pay only for what you use, no long-term contract, unless you choose them. Nothing like long-term contract, guy, pay 50 million first before you can use this service. Pay 25,000 or pay 50 million or pay 100,000. Nothing like that in this cloud. If you want to start the cloud immediately, you can start and pay in the next month coming. That is pay-as-you-go model. Now, there are different types of pay-as-you-go model in the cloud. Number one is on-demand pricing. All right? Please, if you have any question, put it yourself. Very soon, we'll round up, and then we'll start our question and answer section. Now, on-demand pricing, right? On-demand pricing is what it is pay for compute and storage by the hour and seconds or seconds. I told you that it's per hour. You pay per hour. The hour you have used, that hour you used it, you pay for it. It is for short-term and unpredictable workload. So unpredictable workload, you don't know that workload will go up or go down, you use that. Or is a short-term period, you want to start it from July and end it by September, you can use that. Okay? You want to use for a short-term period, on-demand is example. Because this training now, I may say I want to provision a virtual machine just for 3 hours. After then, I'll delete it and test what I want to test and show you what I want to show. I'll use on-demand because it's a short term. Are we following me? Are we all following me? Are we following me? I'll use what? On-demand.
Yes.
But if I want to do other things, I can use other method. Example, launching a virtual machine for 2 hours. Pay for just that what? 3 days? Are you paying for 3 days?
2 hours.
Okay, you are paying for 2 months?
No, 2 hours.
No.
You're paying for that 2 hours alone. When you on the server and the EC2 is running, after 2 hours, Informer went and turn off. Immediately, Informer turned it off. AWS will stop what? Will stop counting. So So that 2 hours will stick to 2 hours. That's when she'll use it last. Informer will come tomorrow and on the stuff, on the virtual machine. AWS will activate the accounting, right? Are we following? AWS do what? We activate their what? Their counting and start from where they stop.
From where they stopped.
Before.
Yes.
After Informer have been this fluctuating off and on for 1 month, at the end of the month, AWS will prepare what? Bill. AWS will prepare what? Bill. And give you, say, this is how you use EC2 instance in this month. So day, 2 hours. So day, 1 hour. So day, this. So day, this. After everything, you will pay for that thing you do what? You used. If you give your stiff neck and stubborn, you ignore them, they'll say this person is trying to challenge us.
Steve.
They want us to show him or her the stuff we are made of. What they will do, they'll keep sending email to you, telling you, please go and recharge your account. They will try to withdraw the money from your account because you need to add card. Because that's what we're going to be doing right now. We are going to create AWS account. You need to add your card. Immediately you add your card, they will try to withdraw the money from your card. But if the money is not there, they will send an email to you that they please fund your account so that we can withdraw the money from your. They will keep sending email, but if you keep ignoring that you don't want to respond to them, they will do what? They will block your account. You will not have access to your card again. The only place you have access to your account, you will not have access to your account to create virtual machine. But the only place you can have access is where? Billing portal. That's the only place you have access to. They will give you the link. So if you click there, you can log in to the billing side. But if you want to go to EC2 instance, other instances to start creating, you cannot. But you have to say, go and clear your outstanding what? Bills. For the ones you have eaten. For those of you that would like to eat and close mouth. So if Informer is a student and she provisioned EC2 instance, and she's very happy she developed the application. Hey, Engineer Smart, hey, the website is running, you know. Hey, thank God, I have learned something today. She kokoma close up her laptop. Forget say the EC2 instance is what? Is on. Now, she now went to her business. After 2 months, she got an email because she will not even remember to go and open an account. Got her email, please recharge your account. Or after a month, she will see a debit alert from her card. She will rush. Engineer Smart. She will now send a screenshot to me. Engineer Smart, see you. They just debited. I don't know what happened though. This one. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, though. What is happening to me? Oh my God, though. The money I want to use for my children's school fees. This one. I say, why did you leave what? AWS EC2 instance on. Sorry. Now you do yourself. No be your village people. Now you do yourself. So why I'm narrating this story now is for you that is listening to me. Yes, you particularly. So that you will not be like Informer and start crying out and coming to my DM and crying to me. I cannot do anything. I can't even refund you. So be careful now because we will very soon be creating an AWS account. But if you create AWS account right now, they will give you $300 free. And there are some free services that you are going to be making use of for 1 year, which is 12 months. I'll also show you how to host a website free for a client for 1 month. That's for free. Okay, so that is the on-demand. So if you're using on-demand, you have to be very careful because it's very expensive. The second one is savings plans and reserved instance. Savings plan is that you want to commit AWS for 1 year or 3 years. You say, AWS, please, I want to host a website, EC2 instance, but I want to stake it to stay like 3 years. AWS say, okay, if that, we're going to give you what? 70% cut off. 70% cut off from what? From on-demand pricing. Is that not huge? Is that not huge? Mathematician, 70% of $50 is how much? 70% of $50 is how much? Fast. Oh, man. This is 50.
35.
0 point.
$35.
$35. So they say $50 minus 35. How much do you have?
15.
$15.
So what you will pay? You will pay $15 instead of $50. Can't you see it's a huge one? Is that not it? So this is how they will charge you. They will charge you $15. If you charge $15 here, they will charge you $50 here. Okay? Why? Because you are paying upfront. You are paying upfront. They make it that you can pay for that day you want to commission it, savings plan. You pay. I'm telling you this thing now. I want you to pay good attention because you'll be using it for your company. Your company want to create EC2 instance that will last like 2 years or 3 years. You can't use on demand for them because they will pay through their nose. For you to save costs for them. Are you following everyone? To save costs, you tell them, guys, let's use there are flexible price solutions here. We can buy EC2 instance and pay for 1 or 3 years, pay for 3 years, depending on how long we want to. And after that 3 years, if we still want to continue, we can still what? Renew and still continue. Do you understand? That time you use what? Service plan or reserve instance.
Reserve instances.
Thank you. Another one, which is the last, is spot instance. Spot instance, AWS is going to take off 100% from you. If you are paying $50 here, what is the 90% of 50%? $50. 90% of 0.9 is what?
$45.
45 minus 50 minus 45 is going to what?
$5.
So they are going to charge you $5 here. Wait, hold on. Before I start jumping up, because I can see smiles in your face now. Before you start jumping up.
There will be conditions.
Before you start jumping up and down. Wait, they are not foolish to provide this thing 90%. This is their reserved instance, their reserved servers. Maybe they created a rack, a new rack. They want to deploy, they want to commission it to a particular location. But that rack has been staying there, nobody's using it. Servers are there already, ready to use. Nobody's using it. They tell you, you can host your website there for the main time, till when we need it. Are you following? Till
Yes.
when we need it.
Yes.
But if you are deploying your website here, please deploy something that you can barely lose. Because they can clean it up unannounced. They can wipe it off or what? Unannounced. If you go and host your application, your e-commerce website, where you have 100 users or 1 million users, and you're making money, $100,000, $100 every single second, and you wake up in the morning, your website is nowhere to be found. You start crying, oh my God, my village people have done me. It's not your village people. It's you that did not pay attention to know that you're supposed not to deploy it in this sport instance. Sport instance is only for jobs like what? Fault tolerance jobs, batch processing, and testing. Are you there? For testing, you can use sport instance. Okay? So you can use it to test things, but not for serious business. Because AWS will wake up tomorrow and say, they will not even send you. They don't send your papa. They will just go there, do what? Wipe everything. Say, by virtue of choosing sports instance, you must have already understand that we no send you. That's by the way. All right. The last is the free tier. The free tier, yes, rejoice. Free tier, yes, we have free. But listen, even though they have made it free, it's still not free. When you go to SIA stand, immediately you arrive at SIA stand, what will the SIA man do?
We'll give you testing.
That testing, is it free?
You will buy.
No.
In your mind,
You want to buy.
in your mind, your big brain, you think that it's free. It's not free. He's trying to steal up your curiosity. He's trying to spill up your curiosity for SIA so that you start craving for SIA. Even though it's not that much, it will increase your cravancy. So you now say, oh, mom, this SIA is sweet. Oh. Hey, instead of us buying 200 SIA, let us make it 2,000. That's what that bookieman is doing. So you see the test of the SIA, and then your hand will enter into your pocket, you bring out money to buy. Okay? So that is actually what they are putting. So see that free tier as the SIA testing, that test of SIA. That's what that free tier is. They still want to make you to still be feeling AWS environment. They still want to make you to stay around. They still want to make you to start touching some tools. If you deploy a particular solution that is free, that solution may not work alone. It may need other resources. Are you following? And you'll be, hey, let me use other resources and add it to make it look. When you try to use other resources are not free. By that time, is this free? Is this free?
No.
No.
No, it's a
It's not
bait.
free. It's not free. Basically, it's only for students, learners, and testers. But if you want to deploy a big workflow like e-commerce, we need other things, right? We need other things. At that time, brother, this free is not free. Okay? So that is all about the cost model. So when we now dive into we're going to touch about how to set up budget. How you can set budget that say, okay, this month, my company say, Engineer Ben, this cloud is getting too much. We don't want to cross $500 this month. You need to set budget. You can set budget like $100. Then when your billing is passing $100, you will get a lot. By that time, you will inform the company, say, this month we don't cross 100, Mona, no. They will now try to do a check. Is there anything that we are not using that is running? Please kill them, destroy them. Is there anything that we are too much overusing? Please let us cut down. This is what cost budget will help you to achieve. Okay? We're going to do it later. That is what you need. These are the tools you need to stay safe in the cloud. All right. So that's by the way. So now, what's the time, please, Chini? How many minutes do we have before the question and answer?
It's already
Chini?
time for question. I've already tested you.
Oh, so now I will now provide a video that will cover creating of AWS accounts, and the subsequent things I talked about earlier, right? So what are the things I'm going to be bringing with you the video that I'm going to be dropping with you to complete this module, right? The first video I'm going to be dropping with you will be so that we can enter into question and answer. I know that a lot of you have questions. So now we have covered this in today's section. We've covered introduction to AWS, cloud services and offerings, zones, edge locations, module offerings, shared responsibility module, cost, cloud costs and pricing. Then the ones I'm going to be making, bringing video for you on this module, right, is the creating of AWS accounts, right? AWS accounts. You need to see, I'll show you how to create AWS accounts for an individual and also to set it up for a company. The project that you're going to be doing for this is, I'm not going to show you that project so that some of you will now start doing Expo. I'm not going to you see it from Monday. I'm not going to show you, so you don't go research on it. But these things are what you're going to study. If you want now, you can capture this thing and start looking at it. Later, I'll drop a video for that. Look at AWS IAM group and policy, and then IAM policies, organization, hierarchy, and identity center. So, and again, I want to let you know that we are also going to be taking records for each of the, Chine will give us the names of each of your group leaders. So we are going to be getting the names of all the participants in each project. All the participants. So if I'm you, I will try to make sure that that I participate in all the projects fully and contribute fully as well. Because your grading starts from now. If you did not complete the projects, all the projects that are going to be doing in this module, please, we cannot be able to give you a certificate. We cannot be able to recommend you for a job in case if you want one. We cannot be able to give you reference. Please, those are the things we cannot do. So that's why you need to be very careful. Let me start for this early to let you know that. So because if you miss one project in this thing, don't come there and all that, because you must do those projects. So it's better you do it with your group or you do it individually. All right? Individual is when you are going to be asked to go and do it personally. And then if you do not do it personally and you come and say we should give you certificate, we'll check our record. If your name is there on those that do the project from the day one, if your name is not found there and we check and see that it's only 2 projects that you did out of the whole thing, we will not give you certificate. We'll ask you to go back and do all the whole project. Come back before we give you certificate. No matter how urgent it is, no matter how urgent they are asking us to provide the reference for you, we will not do that. So it's better you get that information beforehand, please. Okay, so we are going to move into question and answers right now, right? We are going to move into question and answer. So AWS account creation, we'll drop the video and then we'll come back on Monday for our project review. All right, let's take our questions, please. Thank you.
All right, so you can start dropping your question in the chat. If you're a co-host, you can raise up your hand to ask your question. All right. Benedict, are you a co-host?
All right, please.
Benedict, you can ask your question. Okay. All right, let me read from the chat.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good
Engineer
morning.
Smart. Please, my question is, how does the AWS provide their transmitters that covers everywhere when they have only the data centers that have servers? And in terms of when you be somewhere and you are working on the app you have already installed, you are working on, how does it, in terms of transmitting the various bodies that are involved to see that it gets to the right channel, and how does it decode for the end users? Thank you.
Okay. Based on your question, all right, I will not go to answer that deeper. I'll just give you that on a high level answer. I'll not go deeper into answering that, because if I go deeper, it will clock some people off, because I know where your answer is coming to, and then it will make me to start saying some things that I've not even touched. You understand? So there are a lot of things that are in that your question that if I touch it now, people's head will bust. So I would like you to answer. I'll answer that later. But bear in mind that AWS have all the solutions to make sure that application delivers to the end users in a safe way. Do you understand? So
Okay.
so they have at your level right now, they made available their data center is where the main servers that host your applications are stored, right? The next one is another data center, but it's not like a real data center. That one is called edge location. That is where your cache is captured. Okay. Now, another one again, because there are some countries, if you go to edge location link, you will see that there is no even there are limited of edge locations in some countries. Do you understand? Like maybe you
Okay.
go to Zambia or Gambia or Ghana, maybe they don't have the edge location in that area. But how were they able to cover that area? There's something called point of presence. Do you understand? I say it's what?
Okay. Okay.
Point of what?
Point of presence.
Presence. Now,
Okay.
they will partner with some service providers. Do you know about service providers? Internet
Yes.
service providers.
Yes. Yes, I know.
Perfect. They partner with service providers. So what the service providers will do is that they will give them edge computers. Do you understand? AWS will supply them edge computers. You know that service providers handles people's data, right? Because people are
Okay.
using their services. A lot of people using internet, you must pass through a service provider. MTN, Glo, Etisalat. You must pass through them, right? So what AWS will do, instead of AWS trying to build data and try to build edge location in that country, they will leverage already built infrastructure used by other people,
Okay.
right? Like internet service provider. Now, this time is MTN. MTN have already a presence in a particular location. They don't need to start building infrastructure again. What they will do is that equipment, that edge computer, let me also make it clear that in edge location, what is inside that edge location is called edge what? Edge computer, right? Edge computer.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So what they will do is that they will take that edge computer and go to MTN site and then put that edge computer there. Then they will not be
Okay.
paying.
Like a shelter. Is it like a shelter or a
They will
transceiver?
rent. They will rent
Okay.
a location in MTN
Shelters.
location. Yes. They will now be paying AWS. AWS will now be paying MTN. They'll be paying MTN for hosting their edge computers. Do you understand?
Okay.
So now people will be using this thing now to do the catching now. Do you understand?
All right.
Because
Yes.
this is like a hub. This is like a mall.
Okay.
This is like a mall, right? This MTN site is like a mall because everybody in the world is coming to MTN to buy data, subscribe to MTN. So AWS know that this is a public space. And MTN location is a public space. So they need to put their edge location there because this is, if they bring their edge location there, people will be leaving from here. This is like a seaport or international airport. That's what this MTN site look like. So they will install it. That's how they will do for Airtel, Etisalat, Glo, and some other internal services that are not popular, like Spreader Global, SpectraNet, May1, and the rest. You get that now, ba?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you
But
very
I will not
much.
go further to answer other ones that you just said. I think this one is enough, all right? For the
Okay.
safety of our newbies here. Thank you.
Okay. Let me just leave it for now. Now we're asking about optic splicing. Okay. Thank you.
Our
You're
next
welcome.
question from the chat. Please, I want to understand the difference between edge location, cache, and data center. And do we have AWS edge location in Nigeria and data center in Nigeria?
Yes, we have AWS edge location in Nigeria. First of all, let me explain what you just said. You want to understand what edge location is all about. A data center is all about. I said a data center is a place where virtual machines are stored, right? Virtual machines are provisioned in that edge location, in that data center, right? Data center. These are physical locations built specifically to house big servers, and the people will now come and rent it to host the application. Okay, that's what data centers is all about. But that data centers are majorly in some places that are not closer to customers, because the end product is that the customers is the one to patronize your product. But if the customers are complaining that your application is so lagging, it takes long to load your website, it takes forever for me to even open your application. If I want to submit, if I click on submit button, it will be rotating till I go and bath and come back. It will still rotate. People know how to talk. Do you understand? If you go online, then if you want to mesmerize you, if you want to mesmerize you, they can use some words like this and make a post on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and yab you. If maybe it takes you like 2 seconds or 2 minutes to load, they can time it to 2 months. They can make it 2 months just to magnify the stuff and jeopardize your work, so that people will say no. Even those that want to try tomorrow, they say no, I will not try this thing because somebody have already made the post. Do you understand? So for you to avoid that, you understand, AWS made available what they call edge location. Edge location. So edge location is like a data center that is closer to the customers, different locations. So if you are hosting an application, one thing you should consider is to ask your customers, the location, your target customers, where are they located? Where are they located? When you have located, okay, they are in Nigeria, precisely Lagos, you will now ask a question. Is AWS edge location situated in Lagos? That's a question. If they are situated in Lagos, you have no problem. But if they are not, you will further ask question. Is AWS in partnership to any ISP located in Lagos? You ask. You must get an answer. If you don't, you have to start calling those popular ISPs. Start asking them, do AWS have location with you? Or you go to AWS partner page and search for that location and the partners they will show you. I will still show you one thing when they come back. So when you have gathered those information, you now deploy your application. But the application will be, somebody is trying to access your application. He will go first. The application will be catch and harvested to that edge location. So no more for you, other people. It's not only you, other people that are here that are about to go. Since you have already gone for that day, other people that are here that want to go, they don't need to go again. They'll have to go to the edge location. They'll be going to the edge location because somebody have already captured this thing. You, if you want to go again, you don't need to go this again. You have to go to this edge location again. You understand? Even if it's edge location or ISP that is hosting the AWS edge location, perfect and good. All right? That's it. Okay, next question, please.
Okay, next question. Someone is asking, do I need to visit a data center for a major project? And in this course, are we going to write code? We've answered those things.
Okay, let me answer the question. That code, you can you want to write code. If you want to write code, you can go and write code. If you want to write code, but we don't teach you code here. All we teach you is how to write script, like Terraform script, Bash scripting. That's what we teach you here. We don't teach you coding. This is not a Java class or Python class. Even though we know how to write code, I can teach you personally how to write Java application, develop Java applications, because you are going to be doing that in a project. The project you are going to be writing at the end of all this project that we are doing to be doing. These are like a threshing floor in preparation to the main project. Do you understand, everyone? That's why we are getting you prepared on time. You know why people are envying you? Cohort 1 is envying you. Cohort 2 is envying you. Cohort 3 is also envying you because we are starting on time to prepare your feet towards the project. I tell you, so many people will be getting job after 2 or 3 projects from now because you will be start marketing yourself from now. I will say that. Please, we are not doing that. We are not teaching you coding. All right. We are not doing that at all. All right. So what's the next question, please?
All right, next question. What is the meaning of GDPR?
Okay.
And also the meaning of virtualization?
Virtualization.
Yes.
Oh, just okay. Let me start with the GDPR, right? So GDPR stands for General Data Protection Regulation. General Data Protection Regulation. It's an EU European Union regulation that focused on data protection. That is data protection, all right, and the privacy of individual within the EU. Within the EU, but under UK have their own data protection law. US have their own data protection law, which is not GDPR. Because GDPR is popular, so many people, so many companies started adopting GDPR. All right. So it's a law. It's like a law that you need to comply. If you are within US, Europe, Germany, you need to comply to that data protection law. I think, is that okay? Virtualization is for virtualizing your physical servers so that it can be used to create virtual machines. So it's virtualization that gave us rise to virtual machines. You buy a physical machine and you virtualize it so that you can create a virtual machines. On that level, hold that one for now. Don't go more deeper so you don't get lost.
All right, someone is asking, if I choose to pay per hour and what I deploy is not up to an hour before I stop the service from running, will I still pay for it?
It's very simple now. You don't even need to worry about stressing your wasting your typing skills. All right. It's simple. I said they pay per hour, they charge per hour. If you have not reached, I mentioned in 15 minutes, even in 50 minutes, you have reached 15 minutes, you don't even need to worry. Right? 15 minutes and you stop the instant, they will not charge you. But if you cross 1 hour, now you sabi they will charge you.
All right, the co-host, you can ask your question. If you're a co-host, you can ask your question. This place not behind. No co-host.
Okay, can I
Good
ask?
morning.
Nkechi, you can ask, please.
Okay, good morning. My question is, please, what is ISP? That's my first question. And then the second one is, what kind of cloud environment does Apple use for Apple Cloud? Thank you.
Apple Cloud, thank you. Just understand, nobody, without how much they call, they are trying to paint themselves. They can have their own data center. Apple can have their own data center, or they may be leveraging in other data centers, other cloud providers. Do you understand? They can be using AWS or Azure or GCP. But all you know is that they have a cloud provider. They have a cloud location. Do you understand? That's by the way. Internet service provider. Internet service provider is like a service provider. Service provider is somebody that solves a problem. You can be a service provider. You look at your location now. You see that there is a problem. What's the problem? There is a very big gutter. There's a very big gutter there that demarcates this main road to the where people are staying. And people are stuck when there is rain. So you now start thinking, I want to find a way to make sure people can be crossing. You now go and invested and buy plywood and call these people to construct something like a bridge. And then you stay there early in the morning and be collecting 50 naira so people can cross. If then nobody want to pay you, you close the gate. Others that pay will cross. You are now a what? A service provider. Okay. Now, what type of service provider are you? You are that bridge service provider, road bridge service provider. That's what you call yourself. Now, there are different problems. One of the other problem in the internet space is that data, how to buy data, how to purchase data, so that you can use data to go to internet. So you have to look for people that have measured and spend their money to provide data, to connect to fiber link and make data available for people. They start retailing it. So they are called internet service provider. Okay. Then we have other people who build data centers, physical data center. They spend their money to host servers, computers. They are not hosting it for them to make use of it, to use it and serve themselves and their family. No, they're using it to help the masses, the poor masses that cannot afford computer. The companies that cannot afford their own data center, they make it available and start retailing it. They are called cloud service provider. Do you understand now? So there is difference between cloud service provider and internet service provider, and that's your own service provider. Is that clear now?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
All right, you can ask your question, the other person. Pauche, you can ask your question.
Okay, thank you, Chinny. Thank you, Engineer Smite. I appreciate your teaching. I want to ask, based on this age location, does it also catch dynamic content? Because if it does, how do we manage the new fees? Thank you.
How you manage what?
Yeah, the dynamic content, it keeps updating. So if it catches it, so which means people will be getting obsolete information. So does it catch dynamic content as well?
It has static content and dynamic content. That way I will stop. Okay? So they don't start up people's head. I know you are somehow the key. People are start asking, what is dynamic content?
Sorry.
So we don't answer such questions for this level now. Okay? Until reach that level. Please, that person that wants to ask dynamic content, please leave that dynamic for now. Okay? Thank you. Chini, the next question, please. Is that all?
No, another question. Based on CBN compliance for data residing only in Nigeria, how is that managed? Knowing we don't have any AWS data center in Nigeria, is it safe to say that the edge location that resides in Lagos covers for this, or is it dependent on the cloud model?
Thank you very well. I will share a video with you on LinkedIn. Most of you that are not in LinkedIn, okay, let me give you my LinkedIn stuff. You guys can start adding me on LinkedIn page. For those that want to make to be their friends on LinkedIn, if you don't have a LinkedIn page, you start now to create it, because from Monday, you start posting things you are learning, your learning journey, making videos of what you're doing. Let me also share you this, because I also be making a content and updating my LinkedIn, making a post. This is LinkedIn, and this is me on my LinkedIn page. All right. So Chini possibly will share my LinkedIn to you guys, so you can go and then add me as your friend on LinkedIn. Okay, so now what I want to talk about on that, please, I've forgotten again. Please, what do you say again on that thing?
Based on CBN compliance for data residing only in Nigeria.
All right. So data residing only in Lagos, Nigeria, precisely. Listing. AWS partially is in Lagos, but they don't have region in Lagos. Let me repeat. AWS is partially in what? In Lagos, but they don't have region in Lagos. How is that possible? AWS is located in South Africa. AWS is located in South Africa. But they have what we call zones, right? We have what we call zones. So South Africa, right? South Africa is called the region. They have region called in South Africa. So in South Africa, I think they have more like 2 regions or 3 regions, 3 zones, I mean. But the next zone that make it 4, the one that made it 4, is located in Lagos, Nigeria. Are we there? Are we there? So this is a zone, not a region. Zone. One zone is in Lagos, Nigeria. Connected to where?
South Africa.
South African region. But you don't know. So they don't have physical data center. What they do is that they leveraged existing data center here. There are different data centers. The biggest data center in Africa, in West Africa, is called Rack Center. Rack Center. I've worked there. I think I've worked there, managed different cloud there. Okay, this is Rack Center. It's located in Ikeja. Okay, so if you go there, you see Oracle Cloud is there, AWS Cloud is there, Microsoft is there, different cloud providers are there in Rack Center, Nigeria. So they are still building, expanding it. That's the Rack Center in Lagos. That's the big data center. Lagos State, Nigeria is also building their own data center. Lagos State, but you can see the difference between individual and government property. Because government property, sometimes sentiment and the corruption may hinder some progress. But individual, he knows that it's his business, so he tried to make it best. So that's one of the challenges we have. So now you see this is a data center. So what they would do sometimes is that they will host their data center like Azure Data Center, Azure Data Center, Azure Data Center. I mean, they host their application here and connect part of it to AWS. So why I said you should go to my LinkedIn, there is a particular video I made on, if you go and check, there's a particular video I did on VPN connection between Azure and AWS. Azure and AWS. So what people do, most engineers does, is that they will host some application. That person asked question. That question is very, very important. That's why I'm taking time to answer it, please. The main application we run in here, the server, the muzzle, but the data will be staying somewhere else. Are you following me? The database will stay somewhere. Database will stay somewhere. That database is where your information of the users are stored. So this is Nigeria, right? Nigeria here. But there is a VPN connection between the data center. Maybe this Nigeria is Rack Center. Like, you know, today we have, what's it called? We have social media, different social media channels, different applications. There are ones that have their data, even TikTok now. If you speak well, you will see that they have their own, the data is mostly it may be residing in Nigeria. You see? So some application, like when I have seen Chinese people bringing businesses in Nigeria. How many of us know OPay? How many of you know OPay?
We know.
We
Oh,
know.
you don't know?
We know.
Which country are you from? How many of you know Coda?
We
There
do.
are some Chinese
Kuda Bank.
banks. These are some Chinese banks. These applications are in China. but the data is in Nigeria. Okay? So they will host their database server in Nigeria, but the application server will be somewhere else. Are you following now? Application server will be somewhere else. So the application will connect with the database through VPN. VPN connection. But if, like in US, let's say, for instance, US, everything is inside the US, so no need of moving the data outside the US. So they will use AWS for everything. Did you get that question? Did you get that clarity now? Did we get that clarity now? The question I asked the question? All right, thank you. So that's how we do it. That's how we do it.
Okay, next question. Why is AWS in Africa availability region only located in Cape Town? What makes them the host? Then, does it mean platform as a service and software as a service are both alike and have the same lesser responsibility? Please, can you also differentiate?
Software as a services and platform as a services?
Yes, that's what she said.
Okay, look at this, all right. The first question is, you're asking me why is South Africa more beautiful, more popular, and more civilized than Nigeria? Maybe I may not be in that a good position to answer you because I'm not a history student or I'm not a politician. You may be asking me why is Nigeria not developing actually? You understand? Because I cannot really understand, answer that question because I cannot change the mindset of this thing, our politicians, those that know what to do and fail to do it. You can go to Abia State and see actually what this man is doing, just little time that he was given. So if everybody is doing that thing, maybe you can attract international investment. But you see, the little ones that we have already, people already started leaving this country. The is it something, Uniben or Unicel? I think Unicel, right? That left Nigeria. Why did they leave Nigeria? Because of heavy tax, right? Heavy tax, because they cannot bear to stay in Nigeria. They'll kill them with tax. So when other companies see companies that are already leaving the country, leaving Nigeria, going to another country, Dunlop left Nigeria, different companies left Nigeria, and you're not asking AWS to come Nigeria. Please, are you okay? What are they coming to do? What are they coming to do? Even if they later find a way and build a data center here in Nigeria, you cannot pay. You cannot even use their services because it's very expensive to use their services. You end up, even though they have built it in Nigeria, you still be using South Africa and still be using US. Because Africa, Nigerians own be very expensive. To tell you the truth, go and check that data, that zone they created in Lagos, Nigeria. Go and check and see the price. Very expensive. Like very expensive. Very expensive compared to other data centers, other zones in other regions. Because Nigerian government will use tax and kill them. If it's not tax, it's indirect tax. If it's not indirect tax, it's NEPA and light. It's not NEPA and light, it's road. It's not road, it's security. If not security, kidnapping. Which one will you talk and leave the rest? So
or political instability.
So that is the problem. So they are not lazy, they are not stupid. They don't know, it's not that they don't know business. They know more than you, okay? So don't go there. We need to solve our problem so we can attract international investors. If not, we keep losing the ones we have. International our intellectual capacities. We're losing them to go other countries to work. So that's it. So that's the problem. Okay. So there are much to that which I cannot tell. Okay, next question, please, Chini.
Okay, this is already after 12. I don't know if we can stop here, then they can drop the questions, other questions in the chat, or I should continue.
Okay, let me give more to two persons Lucky 2 persons should ask their question before I can now sum for the day.
All right, co-host, you can ask your question. If you are not co-host and you're raising up your hand, Delphine, I can ask your question. Blessing Ibe, you can ask.
I think there are people in the pew that want to ask, that are raising their hands. You can
Yeah.
unmute them.
I'm giving them the opportunity to ask.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Engineer Smart. Good
Yeah.
afternoon.
Good afternoon there.
So, thank you so much for the classes so far. So, my
Thank
question
you.
is, for someone who is not really coming from a tech background, is it a must to work on site before you can really get experience in cloud security? Or can you also work remotely after this training? Yeah, I just want to clarify that.
Okay. Don't worry, okay? Don't worry, okay? With your lovely voice. I know, don't be scared because I sense that you are a little bit scared of the solution since you are not a techie. Please don't worry about that, okay?
Okay.
You can work at any time, remotely, on site, anyone. All right. So
Okay.
the only thing is that you to have your change your mindset, okay?
Okay.
Because immediately you call yourself that you are strong. You are strong. If you say you are weak, it will affect your mentality and you start behaving weak. Okay. So that's why we, in the first place, call every person immediately you start start this training, we call you engineer. We start addressing you as engineer. I have a student that based in UK that just got a job in a particular company, and she's like a novice, right? She's a novice and she's very scared that they might find out that she don't know that much. You understand? But they have given her opportunity. And thank God that the company that employed her is a startup. So those companies do not know too. You understand? They are still leveraging. So I said her, please, whenever you go to the meeting with them again, don't be telling them you are just starting. Don't position yourself as a starter. Position yourself as an expert. Whatever they ask you to do, give your time and tell them the time for delivering the stuff. Then move in and start studying on that thing. There's nothing new that they are asking you to come and do that somebody have not done before. Are you hearing me? There's nothing new that is in this world that somebody have not done before. They are all either in YouTube or Udemy, or ChatGPT is also there to support you. So everything you need to do, we have a big community. You have people that can help you around. Just package yourself in front of them. Then when you come to me, let me be seeing you as that baby. And then when you go to them, roar like a lion. But when you come to me, I understand that you are my student. Do you understand me? But don't go there and show them that you are a baby. You need breast milk. Don't go do that. If you do that, they will sack you. They will push you. The person doesn't even know what it's there for. But when you come to me, come, I will give you that breast. You feed well. But don't go there and show them you need the breast milk. I don't know if you understand me. I don't know if you understand me. Hello, the person that asked this question. Did you understand what I said?
Blessing, you can answer. You can unmute now.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yes.
So that is it. So just comport yourself, package yourself. There's a way you package yourself. Nobody will even see your flaw. Package yourself. Package yourself very well. So you make
All
it.
right.
Even if you are going for on-site remotely, anyone they ask you to do, and you see that you don't know it, tell them, don't tell them you don't know it, they don't have any idea. Tell them just to give you a little time that you're going to solve it. If they ask you what's the expected time you are looking at, you can give them like 2 days. Okay? When they are giving you that 2 days, you start it. And then after that 2 days, you have not finished it. Don't panic. You're not in exam hall. Don't panic. Go to them and then be giving them information. Like be prompting them and say, oh, Maybe after that 2 days, before the 2 days, after a week, a day to the 2 day, you message them and say, okay, this is my percentage. I'm in 50% or 40% of that project. I still remain 60% to complete. They will be seeing your progress and they will not be shivering. They will not be doubting your possibility, your potential. And by that time, you are doing your consultation and all the things and also your documentation. Do you understand?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Hello. 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 Hello,
Yes.
engineer. Okay.
Yes.
Good afternoon, engineer Smart. Please, while you were teaching, you made mention of shared control, like AWS will come and mount their whatever in the office. Can you please throw more light on it and maybe give an example of such?
Shared control, right? Shared control. Is it under that responsibility model?
Yes.
Okay, shared control.
Yes.
All right. So now I said, there are, if you come to share responsibility, there are some responsibility that is strictly to AWS, and there are some responsibility that are strictly to that's strictly for customers. You understand? Then we have inherited controls, the ones that the customers will inherit from AWS. Like AWS will want to deploy some solution to them. AWS will move that physical device to the customer location and leave. It is now the responsibility of the customer to be taking care of that physical thing that AWS have installed in the environment. Do you understand? That one is inherited control because they have inherited that control from AWS, right? So the one you talk about shared control is the one that you and AWS have shared. Do you understand? You shared you shared it. You like, if you give AWS control, AWS will take it, will handle it. But if you want, you can also handle it yourself. I don't know if you understand me. So if you say AWS, please handle it for me, they would handle it for you. But if you leave them, if you don't give them that control, they will handle it themselves. If you don't give them the control, that means you will handle it yourself. I don't know if you understand me.
Yes.
Yes. So that's what called shared control. So they will share with you, and then you can equally share with them as well. You understand? So, but there is shared responsibility, and the shared responsibility have its own controls that you need to implement. That's it. Especially when it comes to security. You understand? But when you dive into more deeper, when you dive into the training more deeper, you'll be seeing those controls, you'll be seeing those responsibilities. Let's say, for instance, you want to implement security, and AWS is asking you to bring certificate. You understand me? And you say, AWS, I don't have money to buy certificates. Please, can you people do it? Help me do it. AWS is okay, don't worry. We have our internal certificate. You can use that internal certificate to protect your stuff. Do you understand? If not, you can bring your own certificate and AWS wouldn't mind to use it and secure your environment. I don't know if you get me. Just like you have a driver. You want to go to UK, or let's say you want from Lagos to Abuja. A company will assign a driver to you and say this driver is an expert. And a company say, we can even give you a car. The driver is coming with a car. They said, no, don't worry. I have my own car. I just need the driver to come and drive me. Do you understand? Then they will only send a driver, and the driver will come and do the job and go. But if you want, and you don't want to pay for fuel, you don't want to worry about maybe tire, you don't want to take care of the tire, the engine and everything, then the driver will come with the company car to carry you. Do you understand? So something like that. I believe you get that clarity now. All right, Chini, the next question. If it's
All
not
right,
more clear,
this will be our last question for today. It's almost
okay.
12:20.
All
So
right, thank
if you
you.
have any question, you can drop it in your pod and tag Engineer Smart or Engineer Mad, or
Yes.
they're in all pods, so you can do that. Then for those of us complain that are not seeing any pod yet, please always follow the updates in the group. It will help to make the whole thing easier, because most of you that fill those form, you have been assigned to a group, and when you check your email or your spam message, you'll be seeing those the link to join a pod. Please kindly check your email. Then if you can't still find it, reach out to Ereta. I already tag her name in the group, so when you go to the group, you're going to see her name tagged there. Reach out to her so you guys can sort it out, okay? All right, is there another thing, Engineer Smart?
Nothing else, I think so.
Okay, Engineer Smart's LinkedIn link, I'll be sharing it in the group. I'll share that in the group. Then for the recorded video, it will be ready before night. I'm going to make sure you guys will get it before night, okay?
And then before Monday, you get the video for the completion of this class.
For those of you asking for the project, you've not been given any project yet, please. That will be you'll be given a project to work on
On
Monday.
Monday, yes.
Please, what about the video for creating an account on AWS?
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be available before Monday.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, guys, and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Engineer Smart. Thank you, Chini.